In a quiet countryside just outside a small American town, there was a peaceful pond surrounded by tall grass and whispering trees. For years, that pond was home to 3 inseparable friends, 2 elegant swans and a thoughtful old turtle. Every morning, the swans would glide across the water like dancers. Turtle would float nearby, cracking gentle jokes and sharing stories from his long life. They weren't just neighbors, they were family. Summers were warm, winters were calm. Life felt predictable, until one year. Everything changed. A brutal drought swept across the land. The sun burned hotter than anyone could remember. Week after week, not a single drop of rain fell. The pond began shrinking. First, it was barely noticeable. Then the water line dropped faster. The edges turned muddy. Fish struggled. The lily pads dried and curled. One evening, the 3 friends sat in silence, staring at what used to be their home. "This won't last much longer," said the first swan softly. "If we stay," the second swan added, "we won't survive." The turtle lowered his head. He already knew. "There's a larger lake beyond the hills," one swan said. "We've seen it from the sky. There's still water there." They looked at the turtle. "But I can't fly," he whispered. The first time in his long life, he felt small. "You both can just spread your wings and leave," he continued. "But I guess this is where my story ends." The swans exchanged a glance. They weren't the kind of friends who left someone behind. "Maybe not," one of them said. The next morning, they returned with a strong wooden stick. "Here's the plan," they explained. "You bite the middle of this stick as hard as you can. We'll hold each end with our beaks and carry you through the air." The turtle's eyes widened. "In the air?" "Yes, but there's one rule," they said seriously. "No matter what happens, no matter what anyone says, do not open your mouth." The turtle nodded. This was his only chance. He bit down on the stick with everything he had. The swans lifted off. And suddenly, the turtle was flying. The wind rushed past his face. The ground shrank beneath him. Fields, roads, farmhouses, all passing below like a moving painting. For a moment, he forgot about the drought. He forgot about fear. He felt unstoppable. As they flew over a small town, people began pointing upward. "Look at that," someone shouted. "Is that a turtle flying? That's impossible. Must be fake. Maybe it thinks it's special." Laughter echoed from below. The turtle heard every word. At first, he tried to ignore it, but pride began to rise in his chest. "They don't understand," he thought. "They don't know how hard this was. They don't know how scared I've been." He wanted to explain. He wanted credit. He wanted them to know he wasn't helpless. And in one small moment of weakness, he opened his mouth. "Hey, I'm not just..." He never finished the sentence. The stick slipped. The sky disappeared. And gravity did the rest. The swans circled desperately, but it was too late. Silence returned. The drought had almost taken him. But distraction finished the job.